If you're already in Mexico and you need to get a new American phone number for whatever reason, it could be that your current carrier or previous carrier are shutting down. It could be that your mortgage was sold from your mortgage lender to a different mortgage lender. Now you have to register a new number. And, as I mentioned in my previous video, that if you're registering a Google Voice number as a new SMS authentication mechanism with your bank, it will usually come up as spam because banks don't like VoIP providers because there's a lot of spam that does happen on those. But obviously, you're not spammy, but they don't know that, and it's an automated system. So you're kind of in a predicament where you need to get an American phone number that's like a legitimate one through an American carrier that you need to register the two-factor authentication to, and then later you port that number to Google Voice. So if you are in that situation and you're already in Mexico, it's kind of a tight situation. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to look right here at this. Visible is one of my favorite carriers. They offer these eSIMs for either $25 or right now $35 a month that give you sort of a prepaid phone on Visible, which is fully owned by Verizon, ironically. And you just activate it as an eSIM in your phone, and it actually works pretty well. I used it. I use it when I go back to the US. So if we go look down here, between the two plans, the $25 plan includes unlimited talk and text to Mexico and Canada from the US. And then if you're abroad, you pay a global pass starting at $5 a day. So this plan does not include international coverage. It will let you call or text to Mexico and Canada from the US, or you can pay $5 a day for a travel pass. The $35 plan, which is normally $45, but I guess they're doing a special right now, gives you unlimited talk and text to Mexico and Canada, just like this plan. It also gives you unlimited talk and text and 2 gigabytes of data per day in Mexico and Canada, and a few other ones, but obviously we're talking about Mexico here. So basically, if you look at this plan, as you know from my previous video, you want the data because that is what powers Google Voice, that's what powers WhatsApp, that's what powers all these other VoIP applications. I'm going to attempt to register this plan while I am right now in Mexico. And I'm going to see if I can get a number from these guys, activate the eSIM in my phone, and essentially what I would do is register this as a new two-factor authentication and then later port it to Google Voice. One note here, they offer like a free 15-day free trial, no credit card, where you can try the network out. I'm not going to do that because I went here and looked in the terms and conditions, and it says that you won't be able to retain the trial number or port the trial number to another carrier. So if you sign up for the trial, you could try it out and see how it works. But when you're done with it, if you want to do what I'm proposing, which is port it back to Google Voice, you can keep the number. They're not giving you the number here, which kind of makes sense, right? Because people would just sign up for the free trial, never pay anything, and just like take numbers from Visible. So that's why I'm going to sign up for a plan instead of using the free trial. T-Mobile, I looked at their free 3-month free trial. Same thing. You can't port the number out after, and the plan is more expensive. I think it started at $55 for the plan that has international coverage. So I'm going to go back to Visible and I'm going to register for this Visible plan. Let me open my phone. I'm going to go to this background because a little cleaner. I'm not very familiar with this tool, so bear with me here. So here we go. I'm going to open my VPN because I want to VPN back into America so that Visible thinks I'm in America. I'm going to go server 9106 because I like that one. So right now my phone is changing the VPN, which is a virtual private network, so that all of my internet traffic looks like I'm in Miami right now. So any site I go to from my phone, it's going to think I'm in Miami. Great. So it looks like we're on the VPN. You can see that right here. So how do I get back to the screen? There we go. I downloaded the Visible app already. So I'm going to just try this out. I have used Visible previously, so they might not like my email, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to say eSIM because I don't want to go get a physical SIM mailed to me or go find one. So I'm saying I would like to get an eSIM to essentially download and just install on my device. Continue with eSIM. Okay, they're not going to let me do it. So I'm going to attempt to spoof my iPhone location by using this app, AnyGo, to try and get an eSIM from America while I'm in Mexico to be able to get an American phone. So I've downloaded the app, got it running right here. Right now my iPhone is plugged into my Mac via the port on the iPhone. Okay, let's try the settings, privacy and security, developer mode on. I guess I'm going to restart. So I'll pause this video and I will restart. I'm going to try to reconnect this. Okay. So for the record right now, my phone is connected to NordVPN in Miami. I'm using this location spoofing program to spoof my location to Miami, and I am physically in Mexico. I live in Playa. I'm gonna put in my address in Utah just because that's my address. Even though I'm spoofing my location in Miami, I'm gonna try Utah address to see what it says. Nothing says you have to be living where you activate the system. So get a new number. 385-400 sounds like a great one. Great. 35 plus gives me 35. So it's gonna now that I've paid and I'm good to go, they're now asking me to activate my eSIM. So basically, most of us are familiar with the concept of a SIM card, right? You get a little square white chip thing you put inside your phone that tells your phone how to connect to the cell tower, essentially, like what your credentials are. Most phones after the iPhone 11 or 12 have a built-in eSIM, which lets you download and register an electronic SIM card. So it works the same as a physical SIM card, but it's one that you can just sort of download it just locally on your device. You don't have to go get a physical card anymore. So it's saying, hey, we're going to activate your eSIM. Are you on Wi-Fi? Is your phone updated? Is your battery charged? Yes, all those things are true. So I am in airplane mode right now. So I don't want to use the QR code because I'm currently recording my iPhone screen here for you guys, so I can't like do it. So I'm gonna just do this manually. So cellular screen, add eSIM. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. What were the instructions for them on that? Enter details manually. I didn't see that option. Okay, so you got to click on QR code and then enter details manually. Okay. SMDP address. Okay. D. Okay. Activation code. B. Confirmation code. Okay, I don't see that, so I'm going to go ahead and say that that was, in fact, optional. So right now it says it's activating right here, secondary. I think I might need to pull it out of airplane mode. I'm going to turn off this SIM. That's my normal SIM that I use here in Mexico. And then I'm going to go pull it out of airplane mode. This is the one I'm watching. Well, it looks like it activated on Telcel. We did it. I feel like such a hacker. Okay. I think we are rocking. Let's go back. Let's go to speed test. Well, actually, that's going to connect on my Wi-Fi. So let me go. But if I disconnect the Wi-Fi, then it's going to disconnect my screen share. So I'm kind of in a pickle here. All right, so my phone has restarted. It is, again, connected to Telcel. It's going to work. Yeah. Which normally I use Byte, so that's using the visible SIM right now. So I'm going to screen record myself, go in here, turn off the Wi-Fi, see if I can get it connect to the data. Ooh, baby, I got it. Telcel LTE. So I'm not sure if that was like the reboot or if that was it just sat for a while. I'm gonna go do a quick speed test. Wish that stupid blur would stop doing that, but there you go. 129 down, 15 up. So 129 down, 15 up. And again, that is on Telcel, which is the roaming partner of Verizon here in Mexico. So as you can see, I have activated a Verizon or a visible cell phone plan eSIM from Mexico using a VPN and a GPS spoofer. So I just obtained an American phone line from Mexico. So I'm going to go ahead and add this number that they gave me. 385-400-1904. 400-1904. Four 459-9258. There you go. I just added that mobile number that I created here in Mexico, the American number, to my banking here at PNC. Okay, so I logged into my Visible account here online. Now that I've showed you that I set up my two-factor authentication through my bank account, it's working just fine. I'm going to show how to port that over to Google Voice. So obviously I only set up this number this one time, but it works. So we're going to go over here to Profile. So I just got this email from them. That was instantly. Here's my port out pin. Go ahead and copy that. And now I'm going to go to Google Voice. Port a number. 387089. What is my account number? Here. So when I've done this in the past, it has taken exactly 24 hours. So if you want to check this later, you can close it, but you go over here. Go up here to settings. Track your progress. One day. I will update when this goes through. So it has now been over 24 hours, and I see that my number has ported over to Google Voice. So let me go check out the settings and I'll show you. So now my Google Voice number is that number that I set up yesterday in Visible. You know, previously right here it said track the status. So obviously my number has ported over and it is now available for me to use. So let's go log into my bank that I set this up for yesterday. Kind of watch how this works. So I'm going to go to messages. So yesterday I set up this two-factor authentication with my bank. So I'm going to log in right now to my bank and make sure that that's still working after I ported it over to Google Voice. So 1904, we can see right here, that's the same number. Now hosted in Google Voice. Here's that text. Copy, paste, and I'm in. Another way you can authenticate if you don't want to receive a text is you can actually receive a phone call.
Hi, to hear your phone verification code for PNC Bank, press 5. Your passcode is 698055. Your passcode again is 698055. Thank you. Goodbye.
There you go. So you can get those two factors either over text or over a phone call. So all this to show that from Mexico, I registered with a new American phone number. I used that number to set up all my two-factor authentications. I then ported that number to Google Voice, and I've now shown that the number is still working because the number that you use for your two-factor authentication only checks once when you set it up, if it's a VoIP number. After that, you can do whatever you want with the number. It will continue to send two-factor authentications to that number. So I hope this is helpful for you. See you in the next video.